Hello, fellow watchers, and on this occasion, Strictly Come Dancing enjoyers, Ash and Piggy here to guide you through yet another edition of Strictly Speaking. It's week 6 of Strictly. The dancers have been dancing for 5 weeks now, and we're starting to separate, once again, the mid from the elite. We're starting to see who is actually gonna have a chance to win the competition, and who is making steady progress towards actually becoming quite competent. If we do some generic housekeeping before this, Amanda isn't dancing on this week Strictly. She's sick, apparently, or for medical reasons. I don't know.
Fuck her.
So
Who cares?
she gets a pass till
She
next
shouldn't.
week. But
You shouldn't. If you're sick, you shouldn't get a pass. You should be eliminated.
well, who knows? Do we do any preamble before we do these shows, or do we just get straight into it? I don't remember.
You can ask how you're doing if you want. If you want.
Don't fucking care. I suppose actually this week I'm apparently a lot more critical than I have been as of late. I'm a little more. I'm not saying I'm a little grumpier, but I'm a little grumpier.
Right. I will clarify for Ash. Usually, me and Ash do movie night on a Sunday night, but Ash is busy tomorrow.
Yeah,
he's doing some housekeeping. He's doing some housekeeping. So me and Ash went, what movie do you want to watch today to go out on Monday or Tuesday? And Ash went, Scary Movie 1. I went, how about The Shining? Scary Movie 1. Okay, but how about The Shining? Scary Movie 1. So I went, fine, we'll watch Scary Movie 1. By Jesus, did it not age well. And we are both grumpy from it because I had to sit there and try and not laugh, even though it was very easy not to laugh. Try and not be like, why is Doofy a very moron? Why are you making him a moron? Like, Jesus Christ. The film, like, you can it might age well with you, but for a 19-year-old and a 23-year-old, it has not aged well.
Yeah,
It's
it was a rough one. But yeah, so
it's lost media.
Some of the dances that I expected to blow me away entirely, some of them just fell quite flat. Some of them I didn't understand at all, and others I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I would. So, without any further ado, as I said before, the housekeeping, Amanda and Giovanni aren't dancing this week. They're getting a buy into next week's episode. So, yeah, there we are. So, let's immediately just get straight into this one. Hopefully, we're not going to spend the next 3 hours sat here, but knowing us, there's always a chance. Somehow. So first up we have Annabelle and Johannes. They're dancing a Charleston to Ladies' Night by Call and the Gang. The Charleston's probably one of my least favourite dances on Strictly. It's a very traditional dance. It's a very, obviously it was, from what I can tell, it was spawned out of the, Victorian era type time. It was, the 1920s type time period. Obviously not entirely Victorian, but, shut your mouth. It's that very, I don't know, the dance just, it has the steps that everybody does. It has the, weird fucking hands, you do that, all the footwork. Just, a Charleston, I don't know, I just like the dance at this point. I've seen enough to warrant, I just never want to see a Charleston anymore in my life. But maybe they just need to get a better music selection. As for Annabelle, though, I thought she did a very good job at doing a Charleston. She embodied the spirit of what it's supposed to be. Her footwork was much improved, and, you could tell that she was finally able to fully give everything to the dance. A lot of these dances will talk about giving everything, leaving everything out on the dance floor. And you could tell that she's beyond the point where she's trying to stand out. She now just knows that she just has to dance very well. That's what she did. But yeah, there were some periods in the dance where you could tell that she made a bit of a mistake. The timing got a bit dodgy. And it was one of the weaker dances of the night. I gave it a 6 out of 10. What do you give it, Piggy?
Just again, the piggy vocabulary. When it comes to dancing, you all know what to expect. 1, 2, 3, say it with me.
It was good.
Very good. Very good dance.
It's 9 out of 10.
Yeah. 50 out of 60. Very good dance. Got some leg movement, so I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Look, if I like, you know what to expect from me. I'm not going to be like Ash, but actually, if you look correctly, the left foot doesn't move as good as the right foot, and you know that just sets me off. I'm not like that. I'll just be like, yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, on the on the weeks I'm a bit grumpier. You can definitely tell that my as my mode where I'm critiquing this, that it struggles a lot. So there may be a lot of very similar things said about a lot of the dances tonight. But, you know, it's a thing we do weekly. You're going to have to take it how it comes. I can't. If I've had like a midday today and I'm not feeling much energy, well, ultimately, I'm not doing it tomorrow. So, like, I'm not phoning it in. I'm going to try my best, but ultimately,
I am phoning it in.
I'm tired. So, there we are. But it was an interesting Charleston. I do think that Annabelle is going to start to fade out. I think her weeks are numbered. And I don't think she's gonna spend too much time longer in the competition. She's not the weakest dancer on the show right now, but she is in that crop of lower tier that are struggling to keep up with a lot of the very rapidly improving people. And some would actually shock you as to who is actually becoming quite competent. It's kind of wild to see the trajectory of some of these people. Next up, we have Nigel Harmon and Katya. They're dancing a foxtrot to I Just Want to Make Love to You by Etta James. My initial thoughts were it's the perfect like style for Nigel. Like I said, he's got this like really kind of sexy, suave, like ballroom dancer, like gentleman look. Like put him in a nice suit, and it's like like you see three people at a bar. One's like fucking shaggy and like just beard and then hair everywhere. The other's like a fucking 20-year-old, and then you get Nigel in his suit, and I'm just like, tell me some stories, please. Dance with me, please. I don't know. He's got that quality to him. I thought it was a pretty good dance. He definitely could tell that at some point he kind of fucked it up a little bit. I didn't necessarily notice it. I just noticed there was a bit of awkwardness where he apparently just booted her fucking foot, and then they kind of had to go, "Oh shit!"
I have that noted.
And obviously that was a judge's thing. I didn't really notice anything.
Yeah.
I essentially went. I like the jazz vibe. I like the music. I thought the appearance was very like stunning. It was a very cool like atmosphere. I guess it was just. I don't know. The jazz that I Just Want to Make Love to You song playing. Like it was just basically. If it was slightly more polished, it would have been much better than it was. But ultimately, it was probably one of the weaker dances he's done. I gave it a 7. Got a 29 from the judges. What did you think, Piggy?
Love Nigel's hat. Yeah, a lovely fedora, type fedora. It was a lovely hat. Flash a picture of his hat editor on the screen.
Yeah, come on. You know that's not fucking happening.
Brilliant foxtrot. He kicked her foot, pointed out by a judge. Overall, just a nice dance. 6 out of 10.
Fair enough. Next up we have Eddie and Karen. They're dancing a samba to Calm Down by Rema and Selena Gomez. I couldn't tell Selena Gomez was on this song, I'll be honest. But
it's a cover. It's a cover song.
Yeah, I know, but to be fair, it doesn't really have much presence, honestly. As a singer, it's like, oh yeah, Selena, come on our song, and then she's just like mid. That's my read.
You leave Selena Gomez alone. She was brilliant at Rivers of Waverly Place.
She was. I mean, to be fair, the only reason people remember that she existed is everybody saw that picture of her on the boat in a bikini, and then everybody just decided that everybody's collectively crushing on her. So we all saw the picture.
Boobs. I need to Google something very quickly, so don't mind me.
And speaking of unrequited crushes, I still have a crush on Karen. It's just great. Just love her. It's fantastic. I like her look. I like how she dances. Oh, it's a gorgeous woman. Great dancer. But enough about that. I thought this dance with Eddie was a lot more inspired. I thought it was much better than it has been. Obviously, we know that they got a 10, but that was all wanky TV nonsense. I said Karen stole this dance from me, and Eddie remained fairly stagnant, and he's just not improving. He's not getting better. I genuinely don't believe he's good at all. And it just shows that the only way that Eddie's going to stay in this competition is if he manages to keep drawing these high energy dances, because that's apparently where he's best. Like, he's good. Like, give him some hip action, give him some energy, allow him to use his kind of large frame and do that. But, like, fundamentally, he's not a good ballroom dancer. He's not a good, like, he has to do some of these more exotic dances to actually show off. And even then, so this one was just absolutely it was mid. I was going to say it was shit. It was okay, but it was definitely the worst dance of the night for me, personally. I gave it a 5. What'd you give it, Biggie?
They've got legs, like the outfit, like the dance. They've got hips, so personally, 4 out of 10.
Yeah, nice little 4. Piggy's trying to show that he's not biased. She's like, I can't give it a 6. I give it a 5. I'm gonna give this a 4. I didn't like it. Shit dance. Good hips.
I'm only biased to one person and one person only, and he's featured later on.
Exactly. But yeah, I genuinely think Eddie's gone this week. It's just he's just not very good. Essentially, he's a very mediocre dancer. He's a one-trick pony, and like I said, it's genuinely he just goes, "Oh, look, high energy dance. Yeah, look at him go. Oh, that's nice." And then he does like a more serious like ballroom number, and it just falls flat on its ass. And it's just quite disappointing to see. But obviously, you know, we all have limitations, and clearly Eddie's is just not being particularly skilled as a dancer. So he has to impress with his showmanship, he has to impress with his energy, and sometimes when you can't do that, it does just fall flat completely. But I do think he's gone this week. Next up, we have Christian, Guru, Murphy, and Lauren. They're dancing the quick step to The Lady is a Tramp by Frank Sinatra. Initially, before I saw the dance, I was preparing myself because, I mean, Krishnan has been steadily improving as of late, and it feels like he now knows what it's like to perform. Before he was just doing the routine, but he wasn't really in the dance. He wasn't really feeling the dance. He was he's very static. He was very unmoving. So obviously a much faster dance and a much less. Obviously, the quick step is not as serious as the paso doble. It's not as like stern as I don't remember the dance they did before. But you know, the last 2 dances he's done have been very serious, very straight faced. But this time, like, you know, you had to see him like funnel a lot of energy and a lot of quickness. And in like the early stage of the competition, he definitely didn't show much competence in footwork or much competence in like moving quickly, you know. Just like Les, it felt like his feet were fucking Velcro to the floor. So the quick step was actually quite good. And the one thing I did realize is that when the judge mentioned like, well, I think it was Tess who joked that said you can see him counting. And then suddenly through the dance, I'm like, holy fuck, he's counting every single way. Except now, instead of doing it and looking scared, he's doing it like just smiling the whole time. So you can kind of see it, but it's not that bad. But yeah, I just kind of went, he's now fully understanding that this is a performance rather than just executing a fucking dance. Like, he has actually become quite good at it. And this is a good sign for the rest of the competition. Simply saying, because he's now gone up that extra level. All right, he was just mid. He was pretty bad before. He's risen up to mid. Now he's pretty average, but ultimately he has the potential to grow. What do you reckon of this one, Piggy?
Song choice is nice. Christian can dance without his glasses, so he might be wearing contacts, but he can dance without his glasses. Okay, let me believe the illusion. So you get a 7 out of 10 from me because dance without the glasses.
I personally gave it an 8. Got a 30 from the judges. Almost definitely, probably his highest score yet. Next up, we have one of the more kind of surprising dances. And a dance that got quite panned by the judges. I didn't necessarily understand a lot of the criticism. Next up, we have Angela Scanlon and Carlos. They're dancing the American Smooth to Cherish by Madonna. I really liked this one, honestly. It felt very elegant. It felt very graceful. It felt very sweet. Like, it was a very, I don't know, it was a very wholesome little dance. It told a lovely little story. I enjoyed the lifts that they executed. And I don't know, but the only actual reminder of an American Smooth was Eddie's one, which I fucking hated. So, I just thought it was just very cool. I really liked it. But also the judges didn't like it so much, and the judges came down really hard on this one, saying it didn't really flow. It was quite static, and I kind of disagreed, but also not that much because I gave it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I really fucking like this dance. It was really nice and genuine and graceful and wholesome, but 6. Fuck you. What'd you give it?
They were smooth. That's all I have written down. They were smooth. And they got a 4 out of 10.
They got a 28 from the judges.
28.
Yeah, it left a lot to be desired, really, but I thought, for what it was, but I don't know, maybe we're just a bit too far in the competition now for it to just be that. Like, it didn't bring anything extra. It was nice and contained, but it probably wouldn't have been out of, like, if it was week 2, it would have been like a decent, mid-30s, but as for week 5, it was just not really remarkable in any way. Excuse me. All right, next up we had Ellie and Vito. They're doing a paso doble to Insomnia by Faithless. Insomnia, obviously one of the best party tunes out there. Was not expecting to see this in a paso doble. Like, this dance, I don't say I love a lot of things, but I genuinely love this dance. This dance was fucking sick. It was intense, it was passionate, it was fiery, it was sexy. It almost felt like the dress was genuinely a third dance partner because of how well, they used it. Like, it became such a key part of the dance, and everything was made to look so much larger than it was. But a very fluid and strong performance here, and it shows how much range Ellie actually has in terms of dancing. Because ultimately, she's done pretty much everything at this point. She's done slow and, sentimental. She's done fast and, upbeat. She's done intense and kind of, mid-tempo. It shows that she's very capable in all the things she does. But this one was probably the perfect dance for me. I personally gave it a 10.
Where am I? Really, Vito. Yeah, Vito. Great pass from Double. Song sounds good. They got moves. 6 out of 10.
Fuck yeah. They got a 37 from the judges. I wanted it to get I wanted it to get 40 because I just loved it. I don't think I'll be forgetting about that one for a while. It's my favorite paso doble ever, and not that I've watched particularly many, of course, but it's starting to become one of my more enjoyed dances. I'm starting to find the ones I like, the ones I dislike, and this one is pretty up there now. We've seen some good ones and we've seen some shit ones, but
Uh,
I was just very pleased with the performance, and I'm fully sold. I'm fully on the Ellie and Vito train.
yeah.
And compounding a very strong dance with another strong dance. Next up, we have Leighton and Nikita. They're doing a salsa to Kimbara by Johnny Pacheco and Celia Cruz. Okay, I want to see what you had to say about this one, because I have my own opinions.
It's the Piggy classic here, folks. Not many people get it, but when you get it, you are earned it. So, say it with me now. 3, 2, 1. Very good dance. Love every second of it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more reserved on this one. I did. It was good. It was very good. It's technically very strong, but I'm at a point where I'm genuinely starting to take points off, because I'm now just getting upset because they're just doing the same shit every week. It's like, oh look, we're fucking dancing. We're dancing really good. Look at us. We're fluid. We dance well together. But I want a fucking story, lads. I want some emotion behind these fucking dances. Like, I don't fucking care if you can do 3 quick steps in a row, followed by a heel turn, followed by a fucking flick. That's not what I want. I don't want that shit. Like, yes, it should be technically very sound, but, like, you're not, like, it feels like they're just doing something very technical to impress the judges. But fundamentally, I feel like their lack of... I genuinely was gonna call them one-dimensional, but that's purely because there's no story here. It's just, look at us, we fucking dance good. Look at us, we dance fantastically. We're the best. Yeah, but I don't fucking care. I don't care if you're the best. Like, I need to see something else. Like, it's week 5. Every single week you've come in and you've said, fuck you, we can dance. But, like, now I need something more. I need something extra. Because at some point it's not going to cut it anymore. Because a lot of these other couples are putting a lot more, like, genuine, like, they're adding a lot more depth to the dances by having an engaging story and actually bringing you into the dance. Whereas you're just seeing two people overperform and overachieve by just flowing well together. Like, chemistry between your duo's not going to win you the competition. Like, you need to start adding a bit more to your, like, dynamic. Otherwise, like, well, I'm just going to get at some point, I'm just going to say, I don't want to fucking see this anymore. Like, at some point, I'll genuinely start turning them away if they don't actually start to incorporate more aspects into their dancing. Because it's just the same shit every week. And it was very good. I did give it a 9. Like, I'm saying this, it was still a 9. It was still really good. But it's not getting that 10.
Piggy, oh yeah. When you say good dance, you give it a 4 out of 10. But when I get mad, I give it a 9 out of 10. Stay your fucking land, man. Stay your land. Either you complain about my scores and you don't complain about yours, or you complain about both. Take your fucking stance.
It's a correct score. It's just they need to do more. They need to, like, look. You don't need to. It's like fucking. It's like every time we have a it's like it's like you just get a new job and you, like, nailed the interview because you told them everything you're good at. And it's like for the next 5 conversations, you're like, just like reading off your CV, and it's like, you've got the fucking job. I don't care. Do the actual work now, please. Right? You're in. It's fine. You're fantastic. You nailed it. But you can't just keep telling me the same shit and expecting me to be impressed. Because at some point, I'm going to expect some more. All right? If we're having the same conversation 5 days a week, at some point, you're just going to go, is this actually going anywhere? Like, that's where I'm at with this. And this is my grumpy pick as well. Like, it was very good. But I keep falling out of watching these fuckers dance because I just don't care anymore. am I just supposed to get invested in the fact that you two dance good together? It's a fucking dancing show. Everybody, well, 80% of the people here dance good together. I want some more. I don't want you to do this every single fucking week. Do something else. Please. Oh, that rant will put colour in me cheeks. Whoa, it got a 39 from the judges. Definitely didn't deserve the full 40. Like, I want someone else, please. Come on. I'm a little child throwing my toys out the pram. You need to sort it out, motherfuckers.
Alright, I didn't know Kid Keanu came onto this fucking show.
Like, it's just... You just... I'm not going to thank you every time if you put that shift in each time. At some point, I'm going to expect that you're actually going to develop your shit. Like...
Alright, no need to fucking bury me on the podcast.
No, you know.
Alright, thanks, mate. Thanks, I don't understand. I fucking
Like,
know. I tried to put my shift in, alright, but you know what to expect.
But, like, yeah, nah, fuck. Like, they are great, and I'm happy that they're still doing well. But, ultimately, you're boring me now. Which is kind of wild, and it's a wild stance to take. But, you're so good that just by doing the same stuff, you're no longer impressing me. Because I already know how much you're capable of doing. Like, I want you to get remarkably better. And since they perform at such a high level, it's hard to completely improve what they do. So they need to incorporate other aspects to fully round out the performance and actually have a dance that, like, takes you in. You know? Not just like, whoa, they're doing fucking flips and shit. Yeah, whoa, look at this. Yeah, this is so good. Like, I want to be drawn into one of their dances. Like, I want it to suck me in. I don't want to get shouted at and say, this is really good. We're really fucking good, guys. We're so goddamn good. It's like, yeah, but how about you just show it instead of yelling at me? There we are. That's enough of that. My fucking throat's getting sore.
Oh. Yeah. Did you enjoy your rant?
I did.
Was it a good rant?
It was necessary. You're good lads, but you need more. You can't keep getting away with this.
I'm just going like a mother now and fucking asks like, as he's rant. Did you enjoy your rant? Did you have a good rant?
I was gonna say something snarky, but I didn't think of anything funny in time. Next up we have Bobby Brazier and Diane doing a Viennese waltz to Golden Hour by JVKE. Maybe it's Jake. Maybe it's Juvke. Something like that. This dance was very good. I did like it. I think there's just something there's something about Bobby that just naturally works on a dance floor. Like, he's just very flowy. Like I said, it's what I want from fucking Leighton and Nikita. Allow me to get sucked in through this fucking journey. It's 90 seconds. I want to be, like, invested by the end. This was sensual, it was elegant, it was beautiful. So his frame is gorgeous, and he's developing rapidly. 8 from me, 32 from the judges.
My Bobby, Vietnamese. It was a nice Vietnamese waltz. Vietnamese, same thing.
Well, one's a country and one's not. One is a whirl and one is a country.
And I'd love to see more. 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it was 32 from the judges. It was well earned. Last week, Bobby kind of went missing, I'd argue. Like last week, he wasn't particularly. I don't particularly remember, but I'd imagine that last week it was run of the mill, but this one reasserted his place as important to the competition. Next up, we have Adam, Thomas, and Luba. They're doing a couple's choice dance to a Backstreet Boys medley. This one, I honestly can't tell you if it was good or not. I don't really understand the couple's choice dances that much at all. Maybe it's just maybe they pick a style of dance and they get it, but since it's nothing I'll ever really see before, I don't know. It's like when Eddie and Karen did their couple's choice to the Men in Black theme. I'm just kind of like, what is this?
The Men in Black. Men in Black.
Like an aggressive football fan. Trying to get a pint at the end of the fucking.
Give me a fucking pint, lad. Give me a fucking pint.
I don't know. It was just a weird fucking dance. I thought they worked good as a duo. I thought it was quite fun. And it was probably Adam's favourite dance and will be the one that he's going to be remembered from. Or for, rather. I don't know, he had good energy. He was okay. Wasn't particularly fantastic. I think at this one also got a bit of votary fuckery, because obviously he did that big thing talking about how this dance is for his dad and his brothers. But yeah, 7 from me, got 32 from the judges. What about you, Piggy?
Oh, fuck, I was looking at something else. Where are my notes? The dance was good. Not the biggest Backstreet Boys fan, but it was good. 6 out of 10.
Fair enough. And just with 2 left, we continue onwards with Zara and Graziano. Dancing an American Smooth to Can't Fight the Moonlight by Leanne Rimes. I just kind of noted that Zara has finally started to embrace the competition and believe in herself a bit more. And she does a lot of things with grace and elegance. She is good at kind of extending herself. The lifts were fucking wild. The 2 lifts that they did is absolutely ridiculous shit. And incredible. And you should probably go seek out those lifts because they were just, gorgeous.
I prefer lifts in a train station, personally.
Her actual dancing was quite mid, though. I'll say that much. She didn't actually do much other than the lifts. She just existed, really. And it's kind of been a recurring thing of her, dancing, is sometimes it's a lot of the time she struggled to fully believe in the dance. Take this performance and last week's performance into account, where last week she's this gorgeous, elegant, ballroom, perfect, fucking fantastic dance. And this week it's just not very good. Felt like she was holding back. I said much improved, but unfortunately one of the least impressive dances of the week. I gave it a 6. What did you give it?
Pretty good dance, 5 out of 10.
And a 32 from the judges. Hold on, I lie. 28
it's
from
a
the
28.
Judges.
Yeah, you fucking lying now, Ash. Lying to the fans.
I read the wrong numbers. And finally we end with Angela Rippon and Kai's Argentine Tango to Tanguera by
Tanguera.
Sexteto Mayor. I don't fucking know.
Sexpest Mayor.
I just kind of went with the amount of build that this dance has gotten. If it wasn't going to be a best dance, I was going to be disappointed. I didn't really get much out of this one. I know where I stand with a lot of the dances, but the Argentine Tango, I don't really understand that much.
Well, I'll explain it for you. It's a tango from Argentina.
Oh yeah, that's the old Piggy classic. Technically right. but depth was entirely wrong. I put lovely heel turns, decent lifts, was elegant and graceful, but obviously Kai and Angela have kind of been working on the whole idea of less is more. But less is more didn't really do much for me this time. Like, now I'm just seeing it as Angela just not being very good. And it's fine. She is 78 or 79 years old. Like, she is probably doing to the very limit of what she's capable of. But this one just didn't hit too well for me. And like, I guess it was intense and it was controlled, and she definitely put shift in to try and make it good. Wasn't my favorite dance of hers. It was good. But ultimately there was a lot of fantastic dances here, and this one's like on the lower end of the spectrum, really. I gave it a 7. Got a 34 from the judges. What did you give it, Biggie?
Good dance, and Angela is flexible for her age. 8 out of 10.
There we are.
There's me notes. I'm done. Thanks. See you later, lads.
Yeah, it was another week. I didn't necessarily enjoy this week as much. I could just be me just being a bit grumpy. Always a chance. But I didn't feel like a lot of dances hit like 100%. Like, we never got into like 5th gear. We were just kind of trundling along for a lot of them. The only one that genuinely blew my mind was the Ellie and Vito Paso Doble. But otherwise, I just wasn't too impressed by a lot of them. It's nice to see some of the people who you least expect actually doing quite well. Like Krishnan actually putting in a fucking shift. Absolutely nailing it. And obviously Ellie and Vito and Bobby. But yeah, it's just, I'm at a point where now I'm starting to expect a little bit more out of people, and I'm not just going to be happy just sitting here and going, yeah, they did the same thing again, and it was good. I need more. Like, like, I've eaten more food. Now I need more food to fill the hole that has been left by eating more food. Just, you have to keep building on it. I don't want to see the same shit every week. Unless you're on my actual diet, and then I'll eat everything the exact same every single week, because I'm an absolute mentalist. But there we are. That's another week of Strictly Speaking. It's another week of the Strictly Come Dancing podcast. Tomorrow might be slightly quicker than normal, as it's a drinks night for me. So I'm going to be on the beverages and having a good time. So yeah, it'll come out immediately, and then I will just ditch, as is standard.
Yeah, if you're wondering where Piggy will be for that, nowhere. Simply because I wasn't invited, and I probably wouldn't enjoy it. So
yeah,
there you go. So I'll comment. I'll react to all your comments, but Ash gets pissed. Don't worry.
Exactly. Like, yeah, it's exist in this call for several hours and get drunk. Some people would say, nah, perfectly reasonable. Some people just suck in the atmosphere. You never know. Regardless, episode 6, Strictly Speaking, in the can, in the John, in the bin, actually being uploaded though. Hallelujah. Do I have anything to plug? Anything interesting to discuss at the final stages of this video, Biggie?
No, I'll just do the outro. If you enjoy our content, make sure to do all the little jazz, like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter /X, Instagram and Twitch at Watching Walford. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Watching Walford. And if you want more of this content, but you don't want more of this content, you want more wrestling, your old school Andy Kaufman wrestling, go on over to One More Match, where it'll be the exact same. But there will be wrestling, and then I'll be making Eastenders references. instead of wrestling references on EastEnders. So yeah, if you want more wrestling, go over there to one more match. And if you want to stay here and hear about all your soaps, then yeah, gladly. But yeah, not much else to say.
It's somehow quite funny how, despite this being our like main channel, that we're somehow more self-indulgent and take more time on the wrestling podcast, which is actually I didn't realize it was possible, because
Wait, what?
obviously, well, it's just because I don't know, we like it to take our time. All right, we don't rush anything. We give it as much time as it needs. And sometimes it results in 2 hours, sometimes it results in 30 minutes. And that the episode we recorded the other day was like 2 hours 35, which was
No, it wasn't. It was an hour 58.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well,
unless my file exceeded, I only got an hour 58.
well, I've made it all up. Well, mine's 2 hours 38, so not sure what you got, mate. Regardless, this has been Strictly Speaking. We've been watching Walford. Make sure to keep on engaging with the channel. Thank you all to the new people coming in, and thank you to all the people who still like to watch the Strictly stuff, as it does give us a facet to try do a bit more nonsense, try test our limits, do something slightly different, get to be critical, get to be a judge, get to have a bit more fun with what we're doing, but most importantly, thank you for watching, and make sure to catch us in the next one. See ya. Bye-bye.